Here, something to get started. I thought it was a heavily contested game, very physical battle, which is what March is about. Earl and his staff have done a great job putting together a group that fights for real estate as well as any team in our league around the bucket in the paint. And we had some tough sledding to start the game. After that loosened up, but we didn't shoot the ball maybe at the percentage we have other times. Once we got going, which was after the game started, unfortunately. But, you know, that back 30 minutes, last 10 minutes of the first half, pretty even, and then outscoring by 2 in the second half. So credit goes to Charleston. Doesn't matter where the game's played. They were the better team. And we have 4 seniors in our program. Trevor John, Troy Harper, Kevin Doy, and Jake Paul. And it's a tough end for them. Much earlier than we anticipated. But for the rest, this needs to be some fuel on a random Tuesday morning in April and May in the weight room. And old Thursday afternoon, the decision to make to get in the gym, or Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, what we do. I hope this game makes our program better. Even though we lost today, long term, I hope this game makes our program better. Dan Crane?
Good. 2 players on floor today who played here last year. You were going against the conference becoming champion. You think that
What 2? I had Ali Hunt. Who else?
John Jarvis.
I don't think Jarvis played in the game here last year, did he? Yeah, I think 2 years ago Sam Green got minutes. I think it's down to 1. But, sorry, I cut you off your question.
Do you think that played into your level of experience with the trials? Do you think it played into that side of the game?
You know, there's a lot of variables. There's a lot. There was, you know, variables of 4,000 to the Drexel 40 was a variable. So, you know, that may have had something to do with it. We talked about it a little bit. We brought the guys over and watched the end of the JMU Hofstra game just to get a feel for it. I know this guy who, what he did today was not a surprise. He just made the most of his minutes. He does this and he fights like crazy. He's a great ambassador to our program already. But he came over yesterday and saw some games and just see how hard guys play and fight tooth and nail in tournaments. Everyone's seen anybody for the 3rd time. And you can really, I could really feel it yesterday. I don't think any of us surprised each other with anything. We stole a couple things that worked against them on tape, but they saw it from other teams. So, yeah, that may have played something into it. But there's always going to be a reason. But at the end of the day, they did more than we did.
Just from a sheer basketball standpoint, as well as leadership, if you want to get into that, what was the biggest difference that you noted in the 2 games that you played with Troy Harper as opposed to today? What were you missing the most out of the floor?
Troy Harper?
Or, excuse me.
For starters. No, you're right. The biggest difference may have been, right? You know, and Tay can talk about this. Harp's a dangerous basketball player in a lot of ways. He's also fearless. And sometimes you need a guy to be fearless just to throw himself into the guts of the defense, right? And you put the pressure on the officials to make a call. Or those guys don't want to foul, and he gets to the rim. So Troy's an explosive basketball player. He's a terrific athlete, and he's willing to do that. He won us the game down here doing that. He had 30 at our place on a very small number of shots, and one of the most efficient performances I've ever seen by any player, and definitely the most efficient of his career. So, yeah, we missed him. We missed him. So if you're asking what was the difference, it was Troy Harper. One of those differences. We missed another senior with experience. Absolutely, that was a big difference.
Today, what was it like having them call the kind of early play?
I think the last couple games, it's kind of been, I've been preparing for this. I mean, I've had to guard Justin Wright Foreman, and he was like second leading scorer in the country. So I've had to guard a bunch of really good guards. So coming into this game, it was just another good guard that I had to just step up and make him take tough shots.
At some point, you're going to have to not have you guard a player of the year candidate?
Or maybe he is the player of the year candidate. or at least an all-defensive team guy. You know, it's funny that Tay, in your all's world, kind of comes out of nowhere. But he guards the Rookie of the Year every day in practice. And when you have competition and guys go at each other in a respectful way, we only get better. And so I couldn't be more proud of this guy. I mean, the 10-second play is the one that everyone's going to kind of sit out. He was just a brick wall. But he had other steals. He had other plays that, you know, I don't think the stat line will do it justice. All right, 5 steals, that's pretty good. But he impacts the game. You know, go back and look at our win at Elon, which put us essentially in the 6th seed as opposed to the 7th seed in hindsight. He made the play. Troy Harper fouled out, so he wasn't injured yet, but he fouled out. And he had a huge, huge steal on Santa Ana late in the game. I don't know if you guys followed it on CA.TV, but he made a huge play. So it's not a surprise to us. And it's what we're going to be. Guys that are appreciative of their opportunity, take advantage of it, and that's our expectation, to compete and play this hard.
How much of a challenge is it game planning for 2 guys who score at the rate of their top 2 guys as opposed to one guy who scores 20 points a game? They have 2 who are hovering right around that number.
Yeah, no, they're really good. I don't know if that's, I mean, someone's going to take the shots. So if you play Hofstra, you know, Pemberton's going to be the quietest 2,000-point scorer in the history of basketball next year. So we game plan for 2 really good players there, and plus Bowie, and plus shooters. You know, shooters come off the bench. They're all shooters. Their usage rate is high, but when you break it down, hopefully we found some ways to be effective. I thought they had to work. You know, I don't think they had a ton of free ones, maybe in transition a lot, but it's a challenge, but we get to do it. We're excited about it. And if you look at the game, it's Sam Miller. You know those 2 are going to get points. You're not going to shut them down. You just want to make them work. But when Sam Miller comes in and gets 12 and 7, that changes the game. We lose by 12, and I thought it was the complementary units that really made a big difference. McManus felt like he had more than 5, impacted the game. So their bigs come in and hit 3s, and then Jasper hits a big 3. So could we have done a better job on those guys? For sure. Are they a handful? Absolutely. But every team has good players. So statistically, they're up there, but we got to prepare for multiple guys. That's why this league is great. That's why these next 2 days are going to be awesome. Really good players. What are they? I honestly haven't looked at them yet.
You guys have considerable advantage in both. Are you feeling proud of the effort level today?
You know, I don't know about the points off turnovers because I felt like, you know, I look at it, I know we're plus 10, but we had 10 turnovers in the first half, and we had a bunch of turnovers early. So did that create that margin there so the others, maybe they didn't make an impact in the game? But if you're asking if we're proud of our effort, we build our program on 3 things all the time. We have gratitude for the opportunity. We appreciate it. Respect our opponents. Respect the process of being good. Fear nobody. And compete like crazy. I sit here as the head coach of the team that lost today in the quarterfinal round, extremely proud of the effort, extremely proud of our program and the progress we're making. Throw the schedules out, throw the wins and losses out. You've lived with us, you've seen us. Excited for what our young guys and our returning players can be a part of. Okay? Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of the tournament.